All right, so this information is shifting my entire perspective about the early interactions and relationships that the European people had with the indigenous people here. Because what I've just heard is that, yes, Roger learned the language, but he did it in order to buy and sell things from a European perspective that he brought with him, and that seemed natural, and so to him. And so in the process of trying to better his relationship and become a better neighbor in this new place that he's living in, he's also bringing some ways of trading goods that may be new or may be different. So just in the last couple of years, I'm thinking about how the coronavirus has turned everything that we've done upside down and completely changed the way we look at the world.
Yep.
That is nothing near 90% of the population just being wiped out in a few years.
Right. The European settlements in New England, Plymouth and Massachusetts Bay, happened at, well, Plymouth in particular, 1620. Okay. They happened at a horrible point in Native American history. Because just before that, in between 1616 and 1619, some sort of European disease swept through southeastern Massachusetts and going up into northern Massachusetts, present-day Massachusetts, and killed in between 60 and 90% of the Native American population.
That's almost everybody.
Well, imagine if 90% is 9 out of every 10 people dead.
Right.
Okay, and it was quick, and it moved through the population like a brush fire. Okay. Whenever that happens, it's not just a lot of dead people. It totally disrupts the entire culture. Okay? And right next door, across Narragansett Bay in what's now Rhode Island, were the Narragansett, who were unaffected by this disease for whatever reason. Either it didn't reach them or whatever. But to the east of the Narragansett country, 60 to 90% are dead. That's the world that the people that we call the Pilgrims landed in Plymouth at. When they say that God had cleared the land for them, they're looking at land that literally has been cleared to plant, and there are dead bodies in the woods. So many people died that they couldn't be buried. Okay, so the English point of view, again, they know they're right because they got across the ocean, and now the land's been cleared for them. These are all things reinforcing their preconceived notion that they're supposed to be doing this.
Right.
Okay.
So, look, we took this huge risk for this wonderful land that we believed was across the sea, and when we arrived,
it's been cleared.
It's been, and there's already stuff here.
Yeah, the place is ready to be settled.
And not understanding why, right? These are people who had no idea what a germ was.
No. Even the English didn't know what germs were.
Right.
Okay, this is something, it's a plague. It comes through, it sweeps through, and people are dying left and right, literally bodies laying out in the woods. Okay? And there's nobody, the people that survive, some of them don't have the strength to do anything at this point. It's a horrible situation, but that's that pivotal point in the Native American history here that the Europeans came and settled.
Right. I mean, it makes sense to me that people would believe in invisible things that come through and kill everybody because at the time that's what it was.
Well, it's self-affirming, you know.
Right.
It's self-affirming. Whether one has anything to do with the other, they believed it did. You can understand, I mean, just looking at it this way, you can understand why people like the Pilgrims, who believed that they were doing, what they were doing is what God wanted them to do, that all the pieces are falling into place for them. Okay. Europeans have been coming over here for hundreds of years before that. Okay, supposedly Columbus was the first one in 1492, but he's not. Something happened around 1616 or 1617 that some of those Europeans that were coming over here brought a disease that was absolutely devastating to the Native American population.